Imagine this. You reach for what you believe is a heart-healthy handful of mixed nuts, but that small bite? It quietly raises your liver damage risk by 48%. For millions of older adults, this isn't just a number. It's a silent, creeping threat hiding in what we've long trusted as a smart snack. Many seniors swap chips for nuts, thinking it's a wiser choice. And it often is, but not always. That instinct is good, but when aging brings on slower metabolism, medication, schedules, and increased vulnerability, even simple foods like nuts carry deeper consequences. This is where elderly wisdom becomes a lifeline. It's not about fear. It's about clarity, about knowing what nourishes us and what may slowly undo years of effort without us even noticing. The truth is, not all nuts are created equal. Some are dense with anti-inflammatory compounds, heart-supporting fats, and brain-protective nutrients. But others are loaded with hidden carbs, dangerous molds, or unbalanced fats that worsen inflammation and quietly elevate the stroke risk seniors already face. This is especially crucial in the morning, when the body is more sensitive to what it receives first. Many don't realize that their senior morning habits, including that seemingly innocent snack, could influence cognitive performance, digestion, and even blood pressure throughout the day. Let's begin by focusing on what to embrace, not just what to fear. Because the elderly diet advice that truly matters is not the kind that scares, it's the kind that empowers. With the right knowledge, every bite becomes a decision toward longevity, clarity, and control. Every bite becomes part of a healthy, aging diet. And so we begin with a nut that's earned its place at the top of every senior's morning routine, the humble almond. Don't let its simplicity fool you. Almonds deliver nearly 100 milligrams of calcium per ounce, equivalent to a quarter cup of milk. For aging bones that slowly thin over time, this is no small gift. But calcium isn't enough. What makes almonds exceptional is their magnesium content, which helps the calcium absorb where it belongs in your bones, not in your arteries. This calcium-magnesium synergy is something science is only beginning to appreciate. According to research from the National Osteoporosis Foundation, seniors with higher intake of both nutrients experience less bone loss and reduced risk of fractures. For those aiming for independence and mobility in later life, that matters deeply. But almonds go further. They contain vitamin E and flavonoids found in their skins, which form a strong antioxidant barrier against oxidative stress. This means cellular aging slows. Memory may hold steadier. The immune system remains more alert. That's not just about avoiding disease. That's about feeling strong in your own body, mentally and physically. For the heart, almonds offer about 9 grams of monounsaturated fat per ounce, the kind that reduces bad cholesterol and supports the good. Combined with 3.5 grams of fiber, almonds gently regulate digestion and blood lipids. In the context of senior stroke prevention, that's a significant gain from a single handful. Nutritionally dense but gentle on the system, almonds belong on the shelf of anyone serious about senior brain health. They fit seamlessly into morning routine seniors trust simple, accessible, and deeply effective. As we reflect on that, we're reminded that the path to vitality in older age isn't paved with dramatic overhauls. It's found in subtle shifts, in small consistencies, a better breakfast, a wiser snack. That's where elderly wisdom shines the brightest. Picture a nut shaped like the human brain. It's not a coincidence. Walnuts aren't just visually symbolic. They're neurologically powerful. For seniors seeking to preserve mental clarity, stave off memory decline, and maintain emotional balance, walnuts are more than food. They are nourishment for the mind. As we age, it's no secret that memory fades, thoughts slow, and moments of confusion appear where confidence once lived. But what many don't realize is that certain nutrients can slow this process. Some, even, strengthen neural resilience. Walnuts, rich in alpha-linoleic acid, a plant-based omega-3, are uniquely suited to do just that. In fact, just 1 ounce offers over 2.5 grams of this brain-protective fat. For those focused on brain health seniors truly need. This is no small detail. Omega-3s are essential to maintain the flexibility and function of brain cell membranes. They aid in neurotransmission, reduce inflammation in the brain, and support the kind of cognitive fluidity that keeps conversation flowing, names remembered, and independence within reach. Research from Tufts University shows that seniors who regularly consume walnuts demonstrate better cognitive flexibility and processing speed. That's not an abstract idea. It's the difference between recalling the name of a beloved friend or blanking out in silence. It's about keeping your mental footing in a fast-moving world. But there's more to this nut's gift. Walnuts are rich in polyphenols and vitamin E, both powerful antioxidants. And unlike many nutrients, these compounds can cross the blood-brain barrier, a rare and crucial ability. Once inside, they combat the kind of chronic, low-grade inflammation now widely linked to Alzheimer's and age-related cognitive decline. This protective effect doesn't just show up in clinical studies, it shows up in daily life. Better mood stability, quicker decision-making. The confidence of knowing your mind is still yours. For elderly wisdom to truly flourish, the mind must be protected. Walnuts help make that possible, and while we focus on cognitive support, walnuts also contribute to a healthy aging diet in other ways. They offer melatonin, the natural sleep-regulating hormone that many older adults lack. Sleep disruption is one of the most underestimated threats to long-term health. When sleep falters, so does everything else. Memory, immunity, blood pressure, even stroke risk in seniors. Adding walnuts to an evening snack or incorporating them into a balanced dinner may gently support better rest and, in turn, better days. Still, as with every food choice in later life, balance is essential. Walnuts are high in fats, beneficial ones, yes, but still calorically dense. For those managing weight or cholesterol, portion awareness matters. But don't be deterred. A small serving, savored with intention, can become a daily act of nourishment for the body and mind. When it comes to elderly diet advice that truly matters, the message is clear. Walnuts are not optional. They are vital. They belong in the morning routine of seniors who want to protect what matters most, their thoughts, their stories, their wisdom. And so, a bowl of walnuts becomes more than a snack. It becomes a decision to stay present, to hold on to your voice, to keep the richness of your experiences alive, sharp, and ready to be shared. Because your mind, your unique, irreplaceable mind, is worth defending. It's easy to overlook the pistachio. Small, green, and tucked neatly inside a shell, it rarely gets the same praise as almonds or walnuts. But don't let its modest size fool you. Pistachios carry one of the most valuable roles in a senior's diet. They help the heart beat calmer, the blood sugar stay steady, and the mind feel clear. In the journey of healthy aging, few challenges are as persistent or silent as high blood pressure. It creeps in, barely noticed, until one day it raises the stakes. The risk of stroke, of heart failure, of vascular dementia. For stroke risk, seniors must manage daily. Food becomes more than fuel. It becomes a quiet form of medicine. And that's where pistachios shine. 1 ounce of these emerald-colored nuts offers about 285 milligrams of potassium. That's a nutrient often lacking in older adults, and one that helps the body balance out the blood pressure-raising effects of sodium. Unlike salty snacks that add to the pressure, pistachios help relieve it. Their high potassium to sodium Ratio helps ease the strain on aging arteries, supporting circulation and lowering risk. Clinical studies published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition have shown this clearly. Consistent pistachio consumption is associated with meaningful reductions in systolic blood pressure. That number on the cuff? It's not just digits. It's your lifeline. Lowering it even slightly can mean years more of independence, vitality, and peace. But pistachios go even further for seniors managing type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance. Growing population pistachios provide a gift: blood sugar control. Their low glycemic index, combined with a perfect trio of protein, fiber, and healthy fats, slows the absorption of carbohydrates. That means fewer blood sugar spikes after meals and more stable energy throughout the day. As stability is what aging bodies crave, physically, mentally, emotionally. Pistachios even lend a hand in preserving vision and cognition, thanks to compounds called lutein and zeaxanthin. These antioxidants protect the macula in the eye, helping reduce the risk of age-related macular degeneration, a leading cause of blindness among older adults. But their impact may go deeper. Emerging research suggests they may also support mental sharpness, working quietly to guard against the erosion of clarity that so many fear with age. Incorporating pistachios into your senior morning habits, whether in oatmeal, blended into a smoothie, or enjoyed on their own, can be one of the most impactful daily choices you make. And because they're relatively low in calories compared to other nuts, they're easier to enjoy without worry of overindulgence. Still, even good things must be approached with care. Always choose unsalted or lightly salted varieties, especially if you're managing hypertension. And stick to that 1-ounce serving, about a handful, not the whole bowl. For brain health, seniors truly need pistachios of the quiet ally. They don't just support the mind. They support the conditions that allow the mind to thrive: stable blood pressure, steady blood sugar, strong vision, calm energy. The things that let you read to your grandchildren, walk through your garden, remember why you came into the room. In the practice of elderly wisdom, pistachios aren't just food. They are a ritual, a tiny act of self-respect, a choice that whispers, "I'm still here, still sharp, still strong." And that, perhaps, is their greatest gift. Some gifts from nature are so potent, they must be handled with care. The Brazil nut is one of them. It may look unassuming, nestled among other nuts in your pantry, but within just one Brazil nut lies a nutritional force unlike any other one that can support thyroid health, boost immunity, and sharpen mental clarity for seniors. If and only if it's consumed with intention. Brazil nuts are the richest natural source of selenium on Earth. One single nut contains around 96 micrograms of this trace mineral, surpassing the daily recommended intake for most older adults. Selenium isn't something the body produces, and it's easy to become deficient with age, especially for those with limited diets. But just as easily, it's possible to get too much. And therein lies both the beauty and the risk. When balanced correctly, selenium plays a crucial role in the regulation of thyroid hormones. It helps convert T4 into its active form, T3, the hormone responsible for energy, metabolism, mood, and temperature control. For older adults, especially women over 60, thyroid disorders are common but often missed. Symptoms like fatigue, foggy memory, or unexpected weight changes may not be aging. They may be signals of imbalance. This is why including a Brazil nut in your morning routine can become part of a healthy aging diet. A single nut can help stabilize hormones that influence nearly every system in the body. And because selenium also acts as an antioxidant, it protects your brain and nerves from oxidative stress, a key component in preserving elderly wisdom and defending against cognitive decline. Several studies now connect higher selenium levels to better memory, clearer thinking, and mood stability in older adults. In fact, low selenium is increasingly viewed as a risk factor for neurodegenerative disease. When we talk about brain health, seniors can actually support with food. Brazil nuts deserve attention, but this isn't a nut to snack on without restraint. 2 Brazil nuts a day is the absolute maximum. More than that, and you risk selenium toxicity. The symptoms aren't subtle. Brittle nails, hair loss, digestive distress, even nerve damage. So treat this nut not as a casual snack, but as a natural supplement in shell form. The smartest practice? Keep your Brazil nuts in the refrigerator, portioned out in advance. Take 1 a day, and on rare occasions 2. That's enough. That's wisdom. Dr. Henry Caldwell, a specialist in nutritional aging, often reminds his patients that the smallest interventions, when done consistently, bring the largest returns. And this is one of them. 1 nut, once a day. A lifetime of difference. When we speak of elderly diet advice that actually transforms health, it's not about restriction, it's about precision. Knowing what your body needs and giving it just enough to thrive without tipping the balance. The Brazil nut teaches this better than any other food. So when you wake each morning, consider this part of your ritual. A glass of water, a deep breath. 1 Brazil nut. Not because you're afraid of decline, but because you choose to meet each day with strength, clarity, and control. This is the quiet discipline of elderly wisdom. Small acts that protect big dreams. 1 decision that reinforces your vitality. A daily reminder that health, especially in later life, is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters with care. Now that you know the 4 nuts that support your body, protect your mind, and nourish your spirit, it's time to face a harder truth. Not every nut in your pantry belongs in your bowl. In fact, 4 commonly eaten nuts may quietly sabotage your health, especially if you're navigating medication, inflammation, or age-related conditions. These are the choices that don't just affect cholesterol, they affect independence. The first nut to be cautious with is the peanut. It's one of the most popular snack foods in the world, but for older adults, it poses risks that are too often ignored. Peanuts aren't actually tree nuts. They're legumes, and they grow underground. That makes them highly susceptible to NOLD contamination, especially by aflatoxins, potent carcinogens that damage liver cells over time. Seniors with already reduced liver function or those on multiple medications face greater vulnerability. This isn't a theoretical risk. It's a slow, silent erosion of resilience. Beyond toxins, peanuts are extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids. While not inherently harmful, most modern diets already tilt heavily toward omega-6, creating an imbalance that promotes systemic inflammation. This kind of chronic inflammation has been linked to arthritis, heart disease, and faster cognitive decline conditions that older adults work tirelessly to manage or prevent. For stroke risk seniors especially, this imbalance is dangerous. The second nut to limit is the cashew. Creamy, rich, and often used in healthy recipes, cashews carry a surprising threat: carbohydrates. Each ounce contains about 9 grams of total carbs, but only 1 gram of fiber. That means a high net carb load that spikes blood sugar. For seniors managing type 2 diabetes or prediabetes, this can undermine every effort made through medication and diet. What seems like a safe snack becomes a metabolic trap. Cashews also contain oxalates, natural compounds that bind to calcium in the gut. This binding can contribute to kidney stones, especially in those with diminished kidney function, which becomes more common with age. It's a risk most seniors aren't told about until discomfort arises, or until a scan reveals a stone that could have been prevented. The third nut on the caution list is the macadamia. Known for its rich, buttery flavor, macadamia nuts feel luxurious, but that luxury comes at a cost. Just 10 to 12 of these nuts pack around 200 calories, primarily from fat. They're dense, yes, but not dense in protein or fiber, so they don't satisfy hunger the way almonds or pistachios do. More importantly, macadamias are unusually high in saturated fats, nearly 3 to 4 grams per ounce. For seniors with a history of heart disease or high cholesterol, or those on statins, this fat profile can quietly raise LDL cholesterol, even if the rest of your diet seems clean. They also place stress on the gallbladder, a concern that grows with age. Even without symptoms, many seniors carry silent gallstones. Eating high-fat foods like macadamias can trigger nausea, discomfort, or full-blown gallbladder attacks. And then there's the fourth, pine nuts. Elegant, expensive, and often used in gourmet dishes, pine nuts bring a different kind of threat, one that combines strange side effects with real dangers. Pine nut syndrome is one example. Just a day or two after eating pine nuts, some people report a persistent metallic or bitter taste in their mouths that lasts for days or even weeks. For seniors, that can reduce appetite, something many already struggle with. But pine nuts go further. They contain compounds that may interact with medications, including blood pressure drugs, antidepressants, and cholesterol-lowering prescriptions. These interactions aren't widely publicized, which makes them even more insidious. And for seniors, managing multiple medications, even small disruptions in absorption or efficacy, can cascade into larger health problems. Pine nuts also present a physical danger. Due to their size and slick texture, they're among the easiest foods to accidentally inhale, a serious concern for older adults with swallowing difficulties, dry mouth, or reduced reflexes from medications. If aspirated, pine nuts can lodge in the airway or lungs, leading to aspiration pneumonia, life-threatening condition in the elderly. These aren't warnings meant to frighten. They are signals meant to guide. Because the truth is, elderly wisdom doesn't come from cutting everything out of your life. It comes from choosing what belongs and letting go of what doesn't. From learning which foods feed vitality and which ones chip away at it in silence. Limiting these 4 nuts: peanuts, cashews, macadamias, and pine nuts isn't about perfection. It's about protection. It's about building a kitchen, a plate, and a life that serves you as you age, rather than working against you. Because the older we get, the more every bite counts. Every food becomes a decision, not just for today, but for the years you still want to live with energy, strength, and clarity. And the right decisions begin with knowledge. There's a moment each morning, quiet, still, where you choose how the day begins. For some, it's a glass of water. For others, a stretch, a prayer, a glance at the sky. But for those who carry the quiet power of elderly wisdom, it's also the small choices that follow. The food you reach for, the care you take, the calm intention behind what seems so simple. That's why this moment matters. Because what you place in your bowl, whether almonds or peanuts, walnuts or macadamias, will either build you up or wear you down. It will either fuel clarity, strength, and independence, or it will quietly pull those things away, one bite at a time. So here's the simplest action plan you can start today. Step 1. Stock up on what works. Almonds for your bones and heart. Walnuts for your memory and mental resilience. Pistachios for your blood pressure, vision, and balanced energy. And 1 Brazil nut a day for your thyroid and brain protection. These aren't just snacks. They are pillars in a healthy aging diet. They are part of the morning routine seniors can rely on for strength, for steadiness, and for real results. Store high-fat nuts like walnuts and Brazil nuts in the refrigerator to prevent rancidity. Rancid oils do more than taste unpleasant. They turn health-giving fats into harmful ones that accelerate aging. Respect the foods that respect your body. Step 2. Serve smart. Never eat nuts straight from the bag. Use a small ramekin or portioned bowl. Mindless snacking leads to excess. But mindful eating becomes ritual, deliberate, calm, and healing. When you slow down, your body listens. Step 3. Know your limits. Peanuts, cashews, macadamias, and pine nuts may seem harmless, but they carry risks that grow as we age. Whether it's liver stress, blood sugar spikes, saturated fat overload, or dangerous medication interactions, these are not daily companions. Keep them in a treat jar, occasional, not essential. Choose presence over pleasure. Choose longevity over convenience. And finally, talk to your doctor, especially if you're taking medications for blood pressure, diabetes, or thyroid function. Some nuts enhance medication effects. Others interfere. Your healthcare provider can help you fine-tune your choices so your treatment and your diet work together, not against each other. When seniors follow structured, consistent dietary practices like these, studies show remarkable outcomes. More stable blood sugar, better heart health, sharper cognitive function, and a reduced risk of stroke. It's not magic, it's method. It's not about being perfect. It's about being informed. So the next time you open your pantry, remember, today's snack could either be a gift or a gamble. It could protect your independence or slowly steal it. The choice is yours. The knowledge is now in your hands. Type yes if you found something today that changed how you think. And if you believe someone you love might benefit from this information, share this video with them, your children, your friends, your neighbors. Because senior stroke prevention, brain health seniors care about, and elderly diet advice that works. These are things too important to keep to ourselves. And if you haven't yet, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another guide that speaks to your health, your wisdom, and your future. You deserve a life filled with clarity, with purpose, with strength. And it starts today with something as small as what's in your hand. Your next handful of nuts isn't just food, it's a choice. Choose wisely. You've earned it. Behind every small food choice lies something bigger, something we don't always see, but deeply feel. When you hold a walnut or slice open a Brazil nut, you're not just making a dietary decision. You're making a statement that your health is worth protecting, that your story deserves more chapters, and that your days ahead still hold promise. Because what is elderly wisdom if not the ability to look at a simple nut and see something profound? A tool for healing, a shield against decline, a bridge between generations. This wisdom tells us that no single food will fix everything. But the right foods, chosen consistently, eaten with care, can shape everything. They can mean the difference between fear and freedom, between uncertainty and control, between slowly fading and steadily thriving. It's why we focus not just on nutrients, but on what they allow us to do. To move without pain, to remember without struggle, to sleep through the night, rise with energy, and connect with the people we love. This is what healthy aging looks like, not flashy, but strong. Not loud, but lasting. Let almonds build your bones, so you can still chase after the grandchildren. Let walnuts sharpen your mind, so you never forget their laughter. Let pistachios ease your pressure, so your heart keeps beating strong through quiet afternoons. Let Brazil nuts balance your hormones, so your days feel steady, not stormy. And let go of what no longer serves you. Peanuts that inflame, cashews that spike, macadamias that burden, and pine nuts that endanger. These are not enemies, but they are not allies either. Not for a body that's earned peace. Not for a life still worth protecting. This is the work of morning routine seniors can believe in. A small ritual of self-respect. A few bites that say, I am still in charge of how I age. So today, Make your pantry a place of purpose. Rethink what's there. Replace what harms. Elevate what heals. And as you do, remember this. No moment is too small to matter. Not in food, not in health, not in life. If this message spoke to you, let it reach someone else. Share the video. Help a friend. Encourage a neighbor. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on that bell so more wisdom real grounded. Life-giving finds its way to you. Stay informed, stay empowered, and above all, stay intentional. Because the most powerful health decisions don't begin at the doctor's office. They begin right in your kitchen. And your future is built one thoughtful bite at a time. Think back to the elders who raised us. Their hands rough from work. Their meals simple, but made with care. They may not have spoken of antioxidants or traced vitamins on nutrition labels, but they understood something deeper. That what we eat shapes how we live, how we love, and how we last. That's the kind of elderly wisdom we carry forward now. Not only in tradition, but in transformation. Today, we add science to instinct. We add choice to habit. And we reclaim power in places we didn't think to look before, like a handful of nuts. This isn't about trends or guilt or extremes. It's about asking, each day, what does my body need to keep living with strength? What will honor this chapter of life, not just prolong it? Because aging well doesn't mean staying young forever. It means staying present, staying able, staying clear, steady, and grounded enough to keep giving, keep learning, keep being. So as you open your pantry tomorrow, and the next day, and the next, let it be with new eyes. Let your hand pause over the right nuts, the ones that strengthen your bones, fuel your brain, steady your heart. Let your fingertips brush past the ones that no longer serve you, without regret, only grace. Let your choices reflect the life you still want to live. A life with mornings that begin with calm, with meals that support your medications, not fight them, with energy that lasts through the day, with clarity that stays with you through each season. Let this be more than a health tip. Let it be a quiet revolution. One you lead from your kitchen table, where wisdom meets nourishment, and where small things matter the most. If this video gave you something useful, something meaningful, something you'll carry forward, please click like, subscribe to this channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another guide crafted with you in mind. Share it with someone who's ready to take back control of their health, gently but powerfully. You are not invisible. You are not past your prime. You are a keeper of stories, a source of strength, and a living example of how thoughtful choices create lasting vitality. This is your time. And it begins not with a new year or a new medicine, but with one small, conscious bite. Because every healthy aging diet starts with awareness. And every day you choose to live well is a day you shape your legacy. Choose it wisely. Choose it daily. And keep walking forward, strong, steady, and sure. Perhaps the most powerful truth in all of this is the one we often forget. Your body listens. It always has. Through decades of stress and joy, nourishment and neglect, your body has quietly adapted, healed, and held on. And now, more than ever, it's asking for your partnership gently, clearly, and without shame. In the world of elderly diet advice, the loudest voices often talk about restriction, about what to cut, avoid, eliminate. But the real transformation happens when we ask different questions. What can I add to support my brain? What can I do to reduce stroke risk? How can I align my morning routine with my actual needs, not just old habits? Because food is memory, it's comfort, it's control. And in this season of life, when much feels uncertain or changing, nutrition is something you can shape with purpose. Small. Keep a glass jar with a mix of almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and one Brazil nut proportion, refrigerated to stay fresh. Label it not just as snack, but as support. Know that each bite is working behind the scenes, balancing your hormones, fueling your cognition, easing pressure in your vessels, and quietly defending your independence. This is elderly wisdom in motion. It's not about knowing everything. It's about doing something consistently with intention. And when you choose to limit peanuts, cashews, macadamias, and pine nuts, not out of fear, but with knowledge, you begin practicing something rare and radical in today's world: self-respect. Self-respect that shows up on your labs, on your face, in the strength of your gait, in the sharpness of your voice. It's not too late. You haven't missed your moment. In fact, you are right on time. The right choices now won't just change how you feel next week. They can shape the kind of life you live years from now. Let this be the video that doesn't just teach, but turns the light on inside you. And as you move forward stronger, steadier, more aware, stay with us. Subscribe. Hit that bell icon so the next time wisdom knocks, you don't miss it. Share this video with someone you love, because this knowledge isn't just for you, it's for every grandparent, every neighbor, every friend who wants to age with dignity and joy. This is how we thrive after 60, with a calm heart, with a clear mind, with choices that speak quietly but carry lasting power. Your journey continues right here, in your own hands. You've made it to the end, and that says something important. It says you can not only about living longer, but about living better. Not just adding years to your life, but life to your years. That's the heart of elderly wisdom. It's not about chasing youth. It's about honoring the body you live in now. And what better way to do that than by nourishing it with intention? Because every almond you choose is a quiet vote for stronger bones. Every walnut, a gift to your memory. Every pistachio, a guardian of your pressure. Every single Brazil nut, a whisper to your hormones saying, you are safe. You are supported. And every time you push aside the foods that once seemed harmless, those peanuts, cashews, macadamias, or pine nuts, you're not saying no to pleasure. You're saying yes to clarity. Yes to freedom. Yes to the moments that matter, like standing tall at your grandchild's graduation, remembering the name of your oldest friend, or simply waking up without pain. This isn't about fear. It's about focus. The kind of focus that comes from knowing that health isn't random. It's rhythm, built by habits, shaped by knowledge, reinforced by care. So here's my final offering to you. Let your kitchen become your medicine cabinet. Let your snacks become your self-care. Let your morning routine become sacred. Because when you do, you won't just feel better, you'll live better. With more peace, more presence, more purpose. And isn't that what we all want in the end? Not more things. More meaning. If this video helped you see food and yourself a little differently, help us spread that shift. Like this video. Subscribe for more wisdom designed for your stage of life. And turn on notifications so you're the first to receive the next guide crafted with care and clarity. More importantly, pass it on. Share this with a friend, a sibling, a spouse, or even your adult children. Let them see that growing older isn't about decline, it's about refinement. It's about choosing what nourishes your body and your dignity. This is the power of informed choice. This is the strength of morning routines seniors deserve. This is how we preserve health, not through force, but through respect. And respect starts with you.